Namaste and welcome to June, the first month of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. It is also the 6th month of the year in the 10th universal year, and I'm going to be going deeper into what that means shortly. However, this video is going to be about both the monthly energy and the weekly energy. It is like this. When we open the door to a month, we always get the floods, like it's going to be flooding in with the energy of the month that we just stepped into. Even last week, we kind of got prepped for June, like what's to come. And before we go into June, let's talk about the ending of May, shall we? We felt that intensity when it comes to our purpose and how we perceive ourselves in connection to our skills and talents. And it's almost like now it's almost like the universe or God or whatever you believe in speaks to us and say, you had May to prep, to get acquainted with your talent, with your skill, and to own it. Even if it's not prestigious in society, it doesn't matter. I gave you a purpose. And for that, I have put you up for success. So we're not in this to fail. We are in this to succeed. And May reminded us of these skills and of these talents so we wouldn't hide them anymore, but we would actually put them into good use and become investments that can multiply. The question that June opens with is, how may I serve? How may my purpose that God has given me serve the better good for as many people as possible? How may the talent that you have given me, dear Lord, and all these skills that you've provided me with, how may I, in your name, serve for the better good of humanity or everyone who is close to me? And see, that was also what May was talking about. How may I serve? And it's almost like that line, that question lingers, but with a deep emphasis, almost intensity on it, like, okay, now you kept asking. Now it's going to happen. You will be put into good use. For us to do that, let's dive in now and open the door to June. Today is June 1st, 2026. So, June is the 6th month of the year in the 10th universal year. Those two add up to a number 16. The number 16 in the major arcana in the tarot is the Tower. Not to freak you out, not for you to be scared. I know how many people who work with the tarot fear that they will pull the Tower. But the Tower actually represents, a variety of things, depending on where it shows up in the spread that you're doing or I'm just starting over.
Okay. You're not doing it live, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Babe. Namaste and welcome to this channel. Welcome to this video, which is about both June as we're opening the door to a new month and the first week of this month. So this is a monthly energy forecast for females and the week. So energy of the week also for females. I would like to emphasize this. I haven't really done it in my previous videos, but since I work with women and the feminine energy, this is the foundation of the spreads. You can also say that, of course, it is also a generalized feeling. But since I'm a woman, like when I receive energy, it comes through me. So I become the transistor, like an old radio, where I am simply just passing through the energy that I'm sensing. But since I am a woman and very focused on the work with women, it will be shared and sent out here in the feminine energy. So, with that said, let's open the door to June. Welcome to the 1st of June 2026. To begin with, it's the 6th month in the 10th universal year. Why the 10? Because 2026, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 add up to 10. It's the 10th universal year. And then the month and the year added up together makes this the 16th universal month. That's the 6th month in the 10th universal year. The 16 is presented to us by the Tower in the Tarot. Don't fear, don't fret. The Tower can be seen in various ways. depending on where it's positioned in a spread, or if it is energy that, right now, that we're presented with. So, it is the month of the Tower. We just went through the month of the Devil, May, as the 5th month, and we've just closed the door to May and opened the one to June. So, the end of every month will always add its push for us to evolve with that energy and get the last out of it, squeeze the last out of the month as much as we possibly can, so we are prepped for this new month. So what have we been prepping for? Well, May was about acknowledging our skills and our talents and let them come out, through, first of all, acceptance within ourselves. Even if we're not, as I mentioned previously, soccer players, football players, basketball players, golf players, whatever the case might be, which holds a lot of prestige in society. What do we do if our talent and our skill is not prestigious in society? Can we own it still? Can we be happy with what it is? Can we, for instance, be happy about being a wife, being a mother? If that's where you have your talent and your gift, why not shine in that and do it as best as you can, maybe even to perfection? And fact is, we're all so unique that there's only one of us and only one way of doing the things that we do. It is about owning who we are and putting it into good use by sharing it with others, giving it to others. So sharing ourselves with the world. Again, depending on your gift and your skill and your talent. So May really led up to this month, which is about now. Get off your high horse. Come out between people. Move into the world and share what you have learned about yourself. No matter what your talent is, no matter what your skill is, or a gift, call it what you may. What do you have to give? Now it's time to give it. But you can't give it from sitting up on your high horse. You have to get down and work with people where they're at. That doesn't mean you can't be sitting on a horse when you're going somewhere or you are leading. But the best leader, as you might know, is one who doesn't find any challenges with getting off the horse and walking amongst the people that she's leading. She doesn't mind picking up the shovel and digging a hole in the ground if that's what is demanded of her. We lead by example. We don't lead by pointing to whatever. We lead by being the kind, the warm, the caring, the nurturing, the expansive, the conscious, the awakened, the aware. Again, whatever it is that you find yourself in, you will need a variety of these. Today's energy is definitely with an emphasis on what we will meet throughout June. So we're in the 16th month, right? The Tower, which is about not humbling yourself and not being humiliated, but being humble towards the gift, the skill, and the talent that you have been given by the divine. That you honor it, that you don't think less of yourself because you're not an actress or whatever. That your skill is not prestigious for the local society or even on a global stage. What does it really matter? That's just the ego talking. Do you think that if you're a mother, do you think that your children care if you are rich, famous? Or do they care more about a hug and a kiss and reading them a bedtime story, doing lunch packages or cooking dinner, being present when you are actually with them instead of scrolling on your phone? We need to really start looking at the genuine core of our being and honor what we have been given as something extremely valuable. If you're good at cleaning, great. Maybe you're meant to turn that into a business. Or maybe you're just meant to help your family and your friends. If you're good at cooking, the same thing, right? But look into that and honor whatever it is that you have been given, and now really put it into good use if you haven't already. The tower is also about not climbing too high and too far away from reality. It is about really dropping the illusions. And that doesn't mean that we shouldn't imagine things. It's actually saying quite the opposite. Get out of the illusion so you can imagine your dream life come to reality or fruition. But also understand that it will once you follow your soul, once you're listening to your purpose and you're putting it into the world. That we become the expression of it, said in a different way. Because when the 16 is reduced, 1 plus 6 equals 7. 7 is the chariot. It's about moving forward. And I want to give you a little analogy from my day today. I was out cleansing the patio from moss and weed. And I was thinking when I was removing moss, like, how does this reflect back to me? As in, where have I been stagnated? Where have I been in too much shade and not let the sun shine upon me? Where have I allowed myself to grow old? Where have I put myself in the shadow instead of coming out to shine? And when I felt that energy today, it was like, okay, I get it. I understand the energy of the month, because that has to fall. Whatever it is that has been preventing you, hindering you in being all that you are, really, soul-wise, that's going to have to leave now, because you are meant to shine. You are meant to move. You're not meant to stagnate and sit still in a corner. Dirty Dancing quote, "Nobody puts baby in a corner. It's time for her to stand up, dance, smile, shine." So, there is this significance about the first, the entry, the first step, the first acknowledgement, the first step in evolving consciousness, the first step in growing aware of something that we hadn't seen. Like, we all have blind spots. Okay, maybe it's time to see things differently. Why, we might ask? Well, today we add the number 1, the first, so the day of the month, to the 16. That adds up to a 17, which means the star in the major arcana. The star is for healing, for channeling, for sharing that which has been given to you from above and letting it flow into the world. To not hold on to it as if it was going to go away if you let it loose. When it's something that we have, we actually expand it by sharing it. We reach much further and wider and broader when we allow ourselves that space to shine, to be, to heal, but especially to be the channel, the transistor of the energy that's passing through us. Don't hold it back. Don't put it in prison. Let it and set it free. The beginning of the month is always going to be more intense. And then we get a couple of weeks in the middle where it eases up a bit, lets us like kind of process, get to know it, settle in. And then the last week, that's when we get the gentle nudge or serious push, depending on how well we're doing energetically with it. So expect this first week to be intense when it comes to, I told you in May that you were to acknowledge your skill, and now the month has come for you to set it free, let it expand, and shine as much as you can, but still be humble. Don't become arrogant, snobbish, anything of the sort, but be exactly who you are. It's an expansion of the heart, really. It's the heart chakra that wants to dance. So, we are healing as well, because when we can accept a gift or talent and we start to see it moving and going somewhere and helping others, supporting others, then we grow. We get to see that just a smile on someone else's face is acknowledgement enough. And then we take it back in, and again, it expands in such a way that we might want to give it to even more people. Whatever it is, right? Remember that, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what your gift is. It's a gift. And a gift expands through sharing. June is, in the Northern Hemisphere, the first month of summer. It is this warm, inviting, caring, nurturing energy, a very feminine month. And we'd like to tell you just a little bit about bedtime story that my great-grandmother would read to me when I was little. It was about this little boy who would travel through the year and meet his uncles and aunts. And Auntie June was such a nice woman who would make juice or lemonade and bake cookies, and they would decorate a playhouse with curtains and like a tablecloth and flowers. And she was so tender and caring for this little boy who was traveling through the year. She had a twin. So Auntie June had a twin. Her name was July. So June and July are twins, which means that we can already know now that what June begins with in this healing manner through the 1st and the 6th month in the 10th universal year with the number 17. July is the 17th universal month. So we're kind of already, what can I say, like floating in a boat gently down the stream, ready also to receive July, as it's almost the same energy and yet different because they're twins. June is an amazing month where flowers begin to bloom, and outside in my victory garden, I have this tall potatoes now waiting for us to harvest them, and all kinds of herbs and flowers and whatnot. Lots of lettuce, actually. Just got to think of lots of lettuce and chives. And parsley, it spreads everywhere. And red cloves. Doesn't really matter, but what matters is that it's blooming. The world around us in the Northern Hemisphere is at its best time, its prime, in bloom and growth and expansion, which was why I mentioned my parsley and my red cloves, because they are expanding all over my patio. And that was also some of what I had to clean out today from in between the tiles. So we can expect these next couple of months, June, July, to be these warm ants that will nourish us, care for us, and help us expand and become the best summer version of ourselves, even if you are in the Southern Hemisphere. Okay. This week is, like I mentioned, because we need to go into that as well. This first week of June is the most intense, but it is for our healing. So for healing purposes, for us to become clearer channels of what we're meant to become in the world, like our potential, and for us to shine the best way possible. But it is also for us not to grow stagnant in the energy. So with that said, let's dive in, clear, to first the Journey of Love deck that I do like to use for, I do enjoy the focus on love, and Alana Fairchild has made a beautiful deck here. Love is the center of life. It is also the opposite of fear. And when we are in the energy of Jesus Christ, there's only love. Fear cannot be present. So I do enjoy having the focus on love this way. Let it be what is the overall energy, the foundation, and that which to be open to and aim for. Let's see. For this June, as well as the first week of June, what do you have for us? What do you have here? Let's see. We get the number 11, eruption of light. Eruption of light, number 11. Significant. 11 energy is portal energy. And as you can see here, it's almost like we're moving upwards. Moving upwards towards the light. And I'm actually, what I'm hearing right now is towards our essence. So it has a lot to do with the essence that we hold within. So I'm going to read that to you now. Number 11, eruption of light. And it says, your every prayer is a power-packed eruption of light beamed into the divine presence. Some pray with fear or doubt, as though the prayer is not doing much at all. Yet you understand that prayer is powerful, that it is divine action set in motion. There we have the motion. Your power of divine prayer emerges from your heart and out through your throat. Whether you speak or sing your prayer silently within your own mind or aloud for all the world to hear. Let your prayers be vocalized as feeling expressed to the divine in words or song, if you choose. You have the power to heal at your fingertips and vocal cords. Through your voice, you can heal. Let your hands be joined in prayer position at your heart and your mouth open to let the breath of your spirit move through your throat, creating sound. As you speak it, so shall it be. This oracle holds a message for you. Your words have more power than you may realize, and you have a special ability to heal with words, to bring light where it's needed, and to uplift through simple kindness spoken. You also have a message to bring. It might be an urge to write or speak on topics that are close to your heart. You may also simply have the need at a soul level to share from the heart with others when you are engaged in conversations. The oracle says your voice is part of your power. Do use it. And the poem says, life begins with love. To complete itself again, symmetry is born. And this is really just an emphasis on your skill, your talent. And here it says, use it, send it out there. You're meant to. Pray if you may, and ask for the guidance and the support and the help that you need. And trust that when you speak it, so it will be. Beautiful. It's really emphasizing how each of us is significant, that each of us have the healing ability. Yes, we all have that. Just consider this. Let me simplify it as much as I possibly can. If you fell on your bike as a child and you hurt and scraped your knee, did it heal? Yes. Because you are a healer. Because you can heal. Fascinating, isn't it? It's just when we think about the internal organs and we can't see how they're constantly healing themselves and regenerating, maybe even rejuvenating. But because we can't see it, we don't trust it. So let me ask you this. How do you feel about God? How do you feel about energies? Can you trust it even if you can't see it? Can you trust that you can heal even if you can't see it? In times when we doubt, just think of what I mentioned with the knee. You'll see you can heal. Everyone is a healer and everyone has a gift to give and share with others. So I'm diving into Colette Baron Reed's The Good Tarot because I felt like I want to be the good auntie, Auntie June, sharing a lot of positive, warm, kind, heartfelt, loving energy for this coming month. Hey, they came out together, 3 together. So I'm going to read those as a sentence. That's usually how I do it when they pop out together. They have something to say together. Okay, that was a bit too many. And they didn't turn around, so let's see what else. What else is for us for this first week of June and the foundation of June? Okay. Thank you. And I want one more. And see, this is another thing. It is a feeling that I get in terms of how many I pull. At the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Water. Ace of Water is this, and I love this. It's so sweet, isn't it? Such a sweet card. With the seahorse here and a pearl. It is this loving, kind energy. So, first of all, the male here is the one nurturing the babies. That's one thing. It just talks into how everyone has the ability to care and nurture for others. Not only females and not only feminine energy. But there's something pure that's growing from the heart. Something that needs your nurture, needs your tender care, right? So with that being the foundation of this week and entire June, this something that wants to be held and nurtured and brought forward in its purity and its shine like a pearl, right? Like a pearl. So then we get these 3 cards together. First is Six of Earth. Second is Ace of Air. And third is Queen of Air. And it says, success is yours when you can open to that which wants to come down from above, like a guide, your higher self, and you start owning it, like really taking it in. The Queen of Air, she has the wisdom of the snow owl right at her disposal. It is a maybe spirit animal, angelic energy that's here to guide you. But it's about taking that which comes from above in and kind of take it in as your own. Take possession of it, own it, that which is yours, because it's coming down, right? And success is not just money. It is your natural ability, your natural wealth as a human. Success is to feel good about everything that you are and everything that you do. Has nothing to do with money. Next, we get the Nine of Water, which is about feeling happy and content. And it's all so nice. It's all so good. And it's like we can surrender completely. Because once we can see that everything that's coming from above is divine wisdom that wants to reach us and wants to move in and for us to take possession of it. When we can see, like I mentioned previously, just a smile on a person's face, and that will be acknowledgement enough. Perfect. We don't need more prestige than that. Then we get the Eight of Air with an underlying 10 of Air. We're definitely concluding, oh, maybe you should see it. We're definitely concluding some kind of cleanup. Some kind of, let's get rid of all the negative thought patterns. Let's just get rid of them. Like she's cleaning her little cloud here, right? She's sweeping the fallen feathers off of the cloud. It's like, yep. And what's interesting is, let's see if I can show it to you. It's almost like there are two of them. June, July, twins. This one is cleaning from upstairs. And this one is going, okay, I see what's coming. So I really want to connect it to these air images as well, where we have Pegasus, the Ace of Air, bringing information down, almost like it's going to move in. And here it is. That which is coming from above is received, acknowledged and received. Like, yep, I see it. It's right here. But we also need to clean out all the mental patterns, mental structures that prevent us from seeing the good. It's not all bad, right? Sometimes we just need to clean up and get rid of all the negative patterns that say, what if, what if, what if? What if I'm not good at it? What if I'm not enough? What if I'm not giving everything I'm meant to? What if I don't know my purpose? Well, you will. You will. Just trust, like this. Just trust that everything that's coming from above will be received. You will see it. You will hear it. Because it says so right here as well. Success is yours. The messages will be sent from above to you, whether it's a higher self, an angelic energy, or God, the Holy Spirit. Wisdom is moving in, and it's going to be right at your disposal at any given minute. Beautiful. So don't fret. Don't, well, it's not easy to say. Don't this, don't that. Let your heart rule your life. let go of all the shame. And this actually came out with the other one here, kind of. I might be adjusting a little, but this is how I explain it the best I can. When we are ashamed or we feel guilty, we're blocking. We're blocking for all the good energy that wants to come in, which is happiness, feeling good, feeling glad. So we're getting the help that we need with the cleaning up. And at the same time, while we're getting rid of all negative patterns, we're also acknowledging the good that's coming in. It's all about nurturing your heart and that which shines. And you can do it because you are healing and you are being uplifted. There is a transcendence going on. We have an 18 on the table with the 8 of air, the 10 of air. That reduces to a 9. This one, I mean. The 9 is the hermit that says, just look at your light within. And then we have the 9 and the 5 of water. They add up to 14, and that talks about unifying the differences within, relating to others, relate to yourself, and allow emotions to be, have compassion for them. And then over here, we get the ace, which is a 1, and the 6 of earth. So that they add up, and the queen of earth, she doesn't have a number, so 7. 7 is the way to move forward now, is to know that you're meant to be a success in life. You're meant to share and receive, give and receive. You are meant to be happy. You are meant to unify the differences within, the differences with other people. We're meant to be brought together in union. We're meant to understand that we already are, that we're already working in full collaboration like the bees. Fun fact, the grid around Earth, as well as the crystalline grid within Earth, they're shaped in hexagons. Everything that we connect with is hexagons. And did you know that if you look at the skin really close, it's shaped in hexagons, just like a beehive? Why is that? Because it can contain more water, can contain more fluid. What does that mean? We are fluid. We're meant to flow. We're meant to flow in perfect collaboration with each other. Compassionate collaboration. We're meant to reach out for one another. And then the 8 plus 10 is 18, which is also reduced to a 9. We're meant to see our own light within and be the light in the dark for others. I wish you a beautiful month, a beautiful week, and to begin with, a beautiful day. Namaste.